The master of the banquet suddenly called for the bridegroom. For a moment, the groom felt uneasy, wondering if something had gone wrong. But to his surprise, the master said, "Everyone brings out the choice wine first and then the cheaper wine after the guests had had too much to drink. But you have saved the best till now." The bridegroom, who had been quietly worried that the wine might run out, let out a sigh of relief at the unexpected praise. He did not understand how the servants were drawing wine from the water jars, but as he watched the guests rejoicing in the finest wine in abundance, he couldn't help but feel proud. Who could have imagined what had just happened there? Not even the bridegroom, nor most of the guests enjoying the banquet, knew that a great crisis had just taken place. For wine to run out at a wedding feast, such a thing was an unthinkable disaster. People had come from far and near to celebrate the marriage over several days with abundant food and drink. For the wine to run out in the midst of such a celebration was simply unacceptable. The servants who first realized what was happening could not bring themselves to tell anyone. At that moment, Mary, the mother of Jesus, was there, and Jesus and his disciples were also attending the banquet. When Mary became aware of the situation, she quietly approached Jesus and said, "They have no more wine." Jesus replied that his time had not yet come, but Mary turned to the servants and said, "Do whatever he tells you." And so, the Lord performed his first miraculous sign. Nearby stood 6 large stone water jars. The Lord told the servants to fill the jars with water, and then to draw some out and take it to the master of the banquet. As they obeyed his words, the servants were surprised. What they had drawn was no longer water, but wine. It was not only the miracle itself that amazed them, but also the remarkable scale of the Lord's provision. He had prepared enough wine to fill all 6 large jars. The guests at the banquet were able to drink the finest wine in abundance, and they enjoyed a time of overflowing joy and richness. The Lord's first sign was a preview and an outline of the ministry he would later fulfill. The Lord is our bridegroom, and we who have become the church are his bride who will one day join him at his wedding banquet. Though we now live in a world where happiness runs dry and joy is scarce, when the bridegroom comes and calls us, we will join in the wedding feast he has prepared and will enjoy a time of overflowing joy and abundant delight. To this end, the Lord has called us into his church. Even without our knowing, he delivers us from crisis and continues to guide us through his servant. The evil enemies never stop attacking, not even for a moment, to bring us down. Yet even so, we are able to enjoy peace and move forward each day because the Lord's work, leading us into the kingdom of happiness and joy, is still at work even when we do not realize it. One day, we will partake in the Lord's grace, a grace beyond comparison and scale. Let us, in humility and love, serve the Lord who continues to work even when we are unaware. And let us move forward in such a way that he may never suffer hardship because of us, with perfect faith.